Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's channeled message. I actually channeled this today. Um, and I do have one subscriber, viewer, who really loves these messages. And last night he told me, those are my favorite. And ironically, this morning, I happened to have another channel message. So let's get into it. This one is entitled, It's Not the Destination, It's the Journey. So let's use a popular destination for people. Money. I want to be rich. I want to be a millionaire. Because honestly, who doesn't? I've always been the person who said, hey, this just, I don't want to be a millionaire. And I definitely don't want to be a billionaire. No, that is too much money. I don't want it. I don't need it. I just want to be comfortable, I just want to be able to pay my bills, buy a house, give my kids a comfortable life. I don't need to be a millionaire. But I kind of realize that our destination is not in our hands. I mean, it's not in our hands as far as if you say, "Oh, I don't want to be a millionaire." It's not like the universe is like, "Okay, we won't make you a millionaire at the end." No. A lot of times the universe is like, "You don't want to be a millionaire? Well, guess what you're going to be? We may even make you a billionaire." And it's like, really? Oh my gosh, my eyes look it looks like I haven't slept. I did sleep, but I look tired. Okay. Anyway, so when we talk about the destination, let's say I have my coffee. Let's say the destination is I want to be a millionaire. As spiritual beings living a human existence, the majority of us, like I always talk about, live from our ego, right? It's our ego that causes us to attach to material things. It causes us to attach to money, to stuff, to people, to even our physical body, where we are constantly getting plastic surgery and pills and like me. That's what I'm gonna do. As soon as I am able to financially, I'm gonna get this stuff that's gonna help, tighten up my skin, a little bit. Try maybe can like the bags, maybe it'll kind of lift me up a little bit. Not out of vanity. I want to look my best. This is why lately I haven't done anything like this in years. Done my hair, done my makeup, years, maybe even 10 years. I haven't taken any pride in my appearance. But anyway, getting off topic. Well, you know what? I'll just talk. But yeah, we create a destination. I want to be a millionaire. Okay? And then we ask ourselves, how am I going to get there? Most of the time it's like, I don't know. So what happens? Our desire to reach our destination is so strong, we will go to any links. Links. It sounds like I'm saying links, but it's actually links. The desire is so strong that we'll do anything, right? Look at a lot of influencers and content creators and all of these scams and all of this stuff. A lot of content creators are millionaires, right? But a lot of times it's ill-gotten gains. I'm not saying that's true for all content creators, no, but there's a lot out there who promote gambling sites, who promote these crypto scams that promote, because it's like money. But to me, family channels are highly toxic. They're doing it for the money. The parents are putting their children on video without their children's consent. These kids, like Ryan from Ryan's World, he's 13. He doesn't want to do kids content anymore. He wants to do content that is more his age. But no, his parents force him to do kids content because that's where the money is. You know, I have, my 9-year-old, she wants to be a YouTuber. She wants to be a content creator. She is posting content on YouTube, but she's not on screen. She makes these little animations through a app called Flip-a-Clip. She makes these little animations and she posts them on YouTube. And it's like, no matter how desperate I am for money, I would never create a family channel where I put my minor children on the camera. No. Unless they say that they want to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to force them to do anything that they don't want to do. Okay? But that destination, and it's like once we hit the destination, we're not satisfied. Those who finally become a millionaire, okay? I have my first million. Okay, now I want 5 million. And when they reach 5 million, now I want 10 million. Well, what happened to your destination? Okay, you reached millionaire status. Now you want to be multimillionaire status. Once you reach multimillionaire status, I want to be a billionaire. So why is it that these people who reach their destination are not happy with their destination? It's because of adjustment. Our journey gives way for periods of adjustment. Okay? People speed run their journey to get to the destination. They didn't allow themselves any time for adjustment. Okay? And people are like, I don't want to take time. Sorry, the heater is blowing my paper around. Your journey, people don't like to spend time on their journey because it's like, yeah, it's a journey. That's why people, do you want to walk to your destination or do you want to take a private jet to your destination? While you're walking through your destination, you are able to see things you've never seen before, to have experiences you've never had before, to hear things you've never heard before. And all of these things give you the opportunity to really discover what your true destination is. Okay? Your journey lengthens as you try to figure out your destination. Your true destination is a secret. Like the universe has your destination set. Your destination is in this box, and it's like they're not letting the cat out of the bag or the secret out of the box. They need you to figure out what your true destination is first. This is why people say, I want to become a millionaire. They become a millionaire, then they want to become a multimillionaire, then they want to become a billionaire, because not to say they're meant to be like a trillionaire. What I'm saying is like they didn't take time on the destination. Let's say their true destination is to become a millionaire. And then they reach millionaire status and they're unfulfilled, right? They're unfulfilled because they haven't taken time to grow through their journey. Okay? That destination has to do with an identification with money, with wealth. Okay? And that you will never be satisfied. Okay? As long as you speed run your journey and don't take the time to stop and smell the roses, to stop and watch the performers, to stop and look at the trees, and maybe even take a little side journey to go stand at the ocean, on the shore of the ocean, and listen to the waves. Okay? Does it prolong you getting to your journey? Yes, but once you get to your journey, you're able to sit back and relax. The Nine of Pentacles, right? The Nine of Cups, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, like a nice grounded foundation. You must live your destination inside you first before outside. Before you must live your destination inside first, because your outside is a product of your inside beliefs. It comes back to manifestation. If you look around you, everything around you is a product of your beliefs. Beliefs about yourself, beliefs about your life, okay? I mean, look around you. Are you satisfied? I mean, if you could change anything, what would you change? A lot of people will say, well, I want a better car. I want a better living place. I want better clothes. I want better this. I want better that. Okay. Then you are still on your journey. Okay. This is a time where you need to reevaluate what's in here. And I'm not talking about in here. Okay. And I'm not talking about what's in your head. I'm talking about what's here. Okay. You have to think about, okay, what I've manifested so far in my life, I'm not happy with. Why? Why am I not happy with this? Okay. And it's because you are living from ego. And remember, ego lives on fear, and lack is a product of fear. Okay? Lack is a product of it. And so that's when you need to ask yourself, well, am I living in fear? Am I living from my ego? If your destination is to be a millionaire and someone handed you a check for $1 million right now, what would you do with it? Would you love it, appreciate it, care for it as you would, let's say, a child or a beloved pet? Or would you go buck wild, hit the mall, hit the dealership? That in itself tells you where you are at, what you identify with. If you're like, you know what? If I got a check for $1 million, I would put it in the bank. I would allot some for me to purchase what I desire, and the rest is going to go into investments and accounts. I'm going to put some aside for my kids. I'm going to put some aside for my family. I'm going to donate to charity. Then you're like, okay, then it's like, okay, you're in a good place, because you are in a place where you love, appreciate, and value money. Okay? Money does not create its own value. The money's value is what we give it. And if we covet it, if we crave it, the value goes up. But if we're like, you know what? Money, if you're just like, money it's a tool. Just like these cards, they're tools, right? These may not hold much monetary value, but they hold spiritual value. To me, they hold mental value, emotional value. This is what I do. So in those terms, these cards are valuable to me. Whereas someone who identifies with money, who identifies with the 3D world, would say, but they're just cards. To me, they're not just cards. These cards have been here with me for a year at least, maybe a little bit less. It doesn't matter. These are like my children. And people would look at that and say, but they're cards. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. However, if this were money and someone were to come and they'd be like salivating, right? They would distract me, or they would pick up my box of cards and run. Why? Because they look at money as the end all and be all. They look at money, they covet the money. They worship the money. The majority of people worship money. You know, they put this, look at churches. Churches say they worship God. No, they don't. They worship money. Look at the pastors. They have mansions and private jets and expensive cars. Okay? And it's a worship of money, not a true worship of God. When you look at some churches, they're really poor. They look really poor, you know, in other countries that are not as wealthy as the United States. A lot of them, there isn't even a roof. It's just an open air, like like logs in a circle. That's church. And that's church. And the people that go there are happy and loving and content because there's no need or desire to put on airs. There's no need or desire for money because church and worshiping God has nothing to do with money. God needs you to, no, God doesn't want your money. Okay? God doesn't want your money. People do. Okay? When you go to church, you have to tithe 10% of your salary. I'll give you 10 cents. How about that? 10 pennies, maybe? I'm not giving you 10% of my salary. Why? So you can go buy you see these mega churches. Gorgeous. They turn church into a Taylor Swift concert. Why? God doesn't want that. God doesn't care about that. I'm completely on a different tangent, aren't I? But you know what? I'm letting the information come through me. Okay? God doesn't want that. God wants your love. When I was watching in not Inside Out, Once Upon a Time, love is the most powerful magic of all. True love's first kiss can break any curse. That's what God wants. Love. Unconditional love. True love. Okay? God's like, money? What money? It's a piece of paper. I can't do anything with that. Why are you giving it to me? Why are you giving it to the church? I don't need it. I don't want it. Look at what Jesus did in the marketplace. Overturned the tables because he was pissed. Right? God doesn't want money. He wants your love. He wants your heart. He wants you to be happy and to be the best person that you can be. That's why God puts these desires in your heart of, you know, oh, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be able to travel, and I want to do a world tour of Disney resorts. That's what I want to do. That would make me happy. Okay? And God's like, that will make you happy. Let's do it. And God's like, I understand that in the 3D world, in order to do things like that, you need money. So I'll give you enough money to do that. You want to travel? I'll give you enough for that. You want you want 3 houses? Okay, I'll give you the money for that. Like for me, I want to buy a car, a restored car from the 1950s. I want to buy a truck, a 1950s pickup for my everyday, and then a car for like family outings. Okay, that's what I want. That makes me happy. And God's like, that's what you want? Let's do it. And because you need money to do it, then I'll give that to you. Because to God, money doesn't, God's like, I don't need it. I could just snap my fingers and it's there. That's how we manifest. Okay, I talk about how our subconscious, I keep pointing down. To me, the subconscious is down in here somewhere. But I feel like our subconscious is in our lower chakras, our root chakra, our sacral chakra, our solar plexus, because that's where our beliefs lie. That's where how we see ourselves and the world, that's where that lies. Lower chakras is the ground, right? Keep your feet on the ground. That when people say keep your feet on the ground, they're talking about stay in reality. Okay? Like be planted, be rooted to the earth. That's why all of who we are is in our lower chakras. Okay? And so I forgot where I was going with that. But God really just wants us to be happy. He's like, I want you to discover who you truly are and not be embarrassed. Okay? That's all God wants. And God says, rely not on your own knowledge. Just trust in God. Before, when I heard that, I laughed my ass off because I was like, so I shouldn't trust my brain. I should just trust God and what the Bible says. But that was before. That was probably 11, 12 years ago when I was an atheist, essentially. Now I understand it. Now that I have brought down those walls and have been more open to really understanding and interpreting what the Bible is saying, what God is saying, I'm like, oh, I get it now. When the Bible says rely not on your own brain, he's talking about your ego. Don't listen to your ego. Listen to your higher self. Why our higher self? Because we are all God. Each of us is a little crumb of God. Like this dish is God. We are the little charms that come out of the dish. Okay? That's what he's talking about. And when we come to this earth, we have a destination. Okay? Sometimes we don't even know the destination. Our spirit team's like, we got a destination in mind for you. However, the most important part of this is the journey. If you navigate the journey correctly, you will reach this little secret destination that I have in this box. But if you don't, you will be forever doomed to seek your destination. And that's where those people who never have enough plastic surgery, never have enough money, never have enough power, never have enough, because they have not navigated their journey correctly. Okay? So it's yeah, we're all clamoring to get to our destination. I'm clamoring to get to my destination. Money, comfort, just joy and happiness. Not to say I'm not joyful and happy now, but it's like you can exhale, right? And just 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and you're just like, I don't have to worry about nothing that this 3D world has to offer. Bills paid. House mine. Clothes, I got my money for my clothes. And money is a necessity, but it's not something to covet. Okay? It's not something to hoard. And there is a story from a New Earth teacher named Florence Scovel. She told this story about this woman who was really, really poor. Her husband, I don't believe her husband was working, but I don't know. It was her and her husband, and they were really poor. His wife worked, the husband worked, okay, and they were barely scraping by. Sometimes they had to go without. And one day, she was able to acquire $5,000. Now, this was in like the 1800s, early 1900s. And so that was a lot of money back then, right? And she took the money and she held on to it and she hoarded it and she put it in a safe and never spent a thing. And while she had that money, she still worked 2 jobs. Her husband didn't work. She worked 2 jobs. He went hungry. He starved to death. Because she took the money, she hoarded it. She was so terrified of losing the money that eventually she passed away from hunger and being overworked. Okay? That's what I'm talking about, coveting and worshiping money. It's not these people. Money is a destination. Yeah, money is a destination for me. I don't have any right now. So becoming a millionaire is a dream come true. It's my wish fulfillment. But am I in a rush to do whatever it takes to become a millionaire? No. Because I needed to find out who I was first. When you have this unhealed trauma, it's like, I talk about it like black tar. Like, I have a picture of it in my head. It's like this black stretchy tar that's like spread out. That's your trauma, unhealed trauma. It prevents light from coming in. It prevents divine messages from coming in. And before you really get to know yourself, there's a need to clear away all that stuff. Like, you know. And how do you clear it away? Is you confront it and you heal it. Because when you do shadow work, you look at that and you say, you know what, trauma? I'm not afraid of you anymore. I have no power over you. I'm not afraid of you. I am going to dissect you. I'm going to pull out the lesson that you hold, and the rest of you is going to be tossed in the trash. You're going to be tossed away with the rest of the garbage that I hold on to. I got my dumpster. Okay, when that dumpster is full, it's going to the landfill. Right? And once you do that, your trauma truly has no power over you. Because it's like, well, I can't do anything. I can't fight back. I can't, all I can do is just sit here. And your ego, of course, your ego has dominion over your ego is the evil overlord. and your trauma is its minions, right? And the ego's like, no, you can't vanquish my minions. And you're like, watch me. What are you gonna do? You cannot hurt me physically. All you can do is sit there and run your mouth. And you start vanquishing those minions. And every minion that you vanquish, every trauma that you heal, that overlord, that ego overlord gets weaker and weaker. Until it's like, it's just a little raisin sitting on its throne. And you just pick up that little raisin, right? Man, you actually had power over me? Little raisin had power over me. You had that much power over me. I'm going to put you in my cereal, right? And once that field of minions, of dark minions, is clear, and the ego has been reduced to the size of a raisin, the sun is able to put its light, the universe is able to put its light on all that barren ground, and it becomes fertile, and it blooms, right? And you're like, things that you never even realized about yourself bloom. You're like, oh, look at, I didn't even know I could do that. I didn't even know I could feel like that. I didn't even know I could believe that. And you're like, wow, that is pretty cool, right? And once that field clears and you look beyond it, you see your destination way off, right? Way over there. And you're like, oh, is that where I'm supposed to go? And this path clears before you. It's time to start your journey. Now, along this journey, it's not all, rainbows and lollipops, this journey to your destination. It's not. You might come across a pothole. You might come across a chasm. You might come across a little goblin trying to poke you in the ankles with its little spear, right? But In the past, that goblin was 10 feet high and breathed fire. Now that you've been able to vanquish your ego overlord, it's a little guy with the little, and you're just able to, you know what, little goblin, you have no power over me. Boot into the forest, right? That happens after you've done your past healing. You've healed all of that trauma. Okay? And here comes another little goblin. Let's say it's negativity, right? Typically it's negativity from someone else coming towards you. In your unhealed self, what would you do? You would probably lash out. You would probably cuss up a storm, lash out. But this time, you're able to stop and understand that person. Understand that this doesn't have any reflection on me. This isn't a reflection of me. This is a reflection of them. They are still ruled by their ego overlords. And there is a real need for them to clear, to vanquish those minions. And you're like, you know what? I can handle this. And it reduces that person to a little goblin, and you're able to kick him off. Say, you don't have no power over me. But along the path, each obstacle that you come to, you're easily able to go around it, or go over it, or kick it into the woods. Okay? You're going to come to places where there's going to be a fork in the road, and you're like, shrimp. Which way do I go? However, in this healed state of yours, that little voice in your head is going to say, go this way, or go this way. And you're going to be like, you're going to be looking like, yeah, this way. And you're going to be able to say, or you're going to be able to stop at the fork in the road and say, Spirit team, higher power, God, whoever, if I should choose the right path, show me a blue butterfly. If I should choose the left path, show me a yellow butterfly. And sometimes it's necessary to sit and wait for the sign. Okay? As a healed individual, you say, you know what? Divine timing. Right? It does me no good to rush my decision. It does me no good to allow my ego to tell me which one to choose. Okay? I have all the time in the world. I'll just sit here and wait for my sign. Okay? And you have no problem waiting hours or days or even weeks for your decision. As opposed to before, when you're like, I don't have time for this. I'm just going to pick this. And it turns out to be the wrong path. One of my cards just got knocked off. Look, it's the Six of Swords. Leaving, it's moving on. Moving on and leaving behind what is familiar. Moving on and leaving behind. This is exiting your comfort zone. Which is what you do when you make the choice to heal and take that journey. And when you take that journey, it's so necessary to stop and smell the roses, to listen to the birds, okay? Listen to your intuition, to spirit saying, you know what? Let's go down this road. There's a beautiful pond, or the ocean is right there. Let's go listen to the waves. Let's go bathe in this pond. Refresh ourselves. So that was my message on it's not the destination, it's the journey. You know, I have to say that doing these is my favorite. It's like when I do these, I just see myself standing on a stage, just talking to thousands of people. who want to hear what I have to say. You know, being a tarot reader, it's fun, but it's more of a hobby. To me, I see myself as a messenger of the heavens. That's what this tarot is giving is saying, hey, hey sister, you need to pass along a message. I'm like, okay. That's why I gave up the spreads. I'm like, spirit team, give me the cards and I'll pass along the message. But it's when these channeled messages come up that I'm most excited, that I am most joyful, because I love doing this so much. And I love doing them for you guys. I don't do it all the time because I only do these when the inspired action comes up to do them. But I did create a playlist of all of my channeled messages. And I'm actually working on a new book. I am. My 5th book I'm working on. Eventually, when I have the money, I'm going to get all of my books professionally edited, and then I'm going to get them published and put on Amazon. Right now, they're just for sale as ebooks on Ko-fi, my Ko-fi account. So yeah, I'm really excited for my future. I'm really excited for this year. I feel like this year is really going to be pivotal in my growth, not just like materialistically, like when it comes to abundance. I'm really going to be able to start what I've been wanting to do. And I always told myself, once I become a millionaire or multimillionaire, I'm going to open it's a big dream, this complex. It's going to have a family shelter. It's going to have a single shelter. It's going to have a job resource center where you can get job skills. A clothing closet where you can get clothes for an interview. It's a place where, you know, it has a little salon where you can get all nice and trimmed up for your job interview. It's like a place for people who don't otherwise have the resources to come to get job skills or get ready for an interview or get tips for an interview. There's also going to be an area for for spiritual healing, like Reiki and tarot and crystal healing and all of that stuff. It's like a complex. I mean, you can see me talking about it and it just lights a fire under my butt, right? Just the thought of it takes my breath away. Like my heart is beating when I just think about this complex. And it's like, it just makes me so excited. Like, let's bring it down a little bit. It just excites me. I'm so excited for it. And as a millionaire, this is where my money's going to go, to helping people, to making this world better, to spreading my message. Money's good, yeah. Obviously, I'm going to make sure myself and my kids are comfortable because we deserve it, right? I did so much work in the last couple of years on myself, on who I am, and I deserve it. I deserve all the comfort. I deserve a truly soft life. I deserve to be able to go on Amazon and buy whatever I want. I deserve to buy my beautiful rebuilt 1950s Buick Riviera and have my 1950s Chevy pickup truck and have my 5-bedroom house, and I deserve it. I've worked so hard. I deserve it. And I feel like God is so proud of me. My spirit team is so proud of me for all the work I've done. I've allowed myself to be open. I've allowed myself to just love. So, that being said, thank you guys again so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, week, weekend, month, your life. Remember to spread love, joy, compassion, gratitude, kindness, peace, and enlightenment. And I will see you next time.